All right, Nick. Nick, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in Detroit, Michigan. My parents moved to New York City, moved to Queens, New York. Got some jobs there. So I was born in Detroit, raised in Queens, and now I live in the Bronx, New York.
What made you want to get into corrections as a kid?
It's totally by accident. I did not want to get into corrections. No kid ever grows up saying, "Oh, I want to be a correction officer." Typically, they'll say, fireman or police officer, not corrections. I was working as a distribution manager and safety manager at Coca-Cola. With all the corporate mumbo jumbo, they have a tendency to go out there and change the stipulations of your employment and your salary and your bonus structure. I was really happy there at Coca-Cola until it got sold off, divided privately into Liberty Coke. I think it was 2017 or 18, don't quote me on it, but it's somewhere around there. And they messed with the pay structure, the bonus structure, the medical coverage, took away our pensions. I wanted out of there. I was really happy there when I worked for Coca-Cola, the corporation, but not Coca-Cola, Liberty Coke, which became private. I did not like them. I quit. I wanted a job there that had a pension, so I applied for a lot of jobs that had pensions.
So you got into corrections at what age?
I had 44.
44, so pretty late.
Excuse me?
Pretty late.
Pretty late. And to my surprise, there's a lot more out there that came in after me, with me, older than me. I couldn't believe it. I thought I'd be probably the oldest one. There's no age limit there. So as long as you can pass the background check and you meet some of the qualifications, they'll start you off. And most importantly, I went there because of the pension. They had 22 years, so I figured when I started at 44, I could retire by 66.
Where did they put you?
At Rikers Island.
Rikers Island.
Yeah.
And tell me about that. How was?
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Where do I start? I started on February 11th, 2019 was my first day. The academy was just short of 6 months. A lot of rules and regulations, a ton of stuff. I mean, there's people think that is just you just sit there doing nothing. There's a lot of liability that they hold us to. A lot of tests that we have to pass in order to make it. And even if you fail the tests, during the academy, you get terminated. Believe it or not. Even though they hired you.
You've already been working there.
Before you even graduate, they will fire you from the academy if you fail the second test.
Oh, I see.
Right. So you have to, that's one of the conditions of employment. You have to pass, don't quote me on that, I believe it's 4 or 5 exams.
And Rikers is a maximum?
It's actually a city jail. It's not a prison. So the people there are being held because there's number one, no bail. The judges said that you don't qualify for bail.
Okay.
Or number 2 would be you just can't come up with the bail money. If most people don't have.
Yes, I'm not from here. I didn't realize that Rikers is a jail.
It's actually a city jail, right? It's not a prison. So we do have a section there for sentenced people and that's for 1 year or less. So that's people are going out there working off like their good time behavior. They get off 1/3, and those are where you get the most compliant inmates. You're not going to get some of the stuff there that you.
They're on their way out.
They're on their way out. Everybody, oh yes sir, good evening. Some of them even offer you some of their commissary if they see you're hungry. Anything, just fly under the radar and get out of there faster, because they already know that there's a time limit, and they're working to shave it off. You talk about choir boys, that's where you find them.
Tell me what Rikers is like in general.
Chaotic. It's Rikers was home for me. I loved it. That's why thank you for having me on your platform to come out there and tell the story. It's chaotic, without a doubt. But it's home to me. I thrived in that kind of chaos. The inmates, I had a great relationship with them. They had a good. They even knew how to say my last name properly. Most of them, which was really shocking because my last name does not flow off the tongue. It's not pronounced the way it's spelled. It's Goy Chai. You say Goy.
Goy.
And then Chai, like Chinese. Goy Chai. And, I personally took a lot of pride when I'd hear...
Your family's...
My parents are Albanian. My entire family's Albanian.
Got it.
And just getting a real kick out of hearing somebody say Goy Chai that's not Albanian to me. I took a little self-pride. Like, hey, I remember how to pronounce it, and I like you. Because I like you, and that's why I remember your last name.
What are the typical offenses that people are in Rikers for?
Oh, the bad stuff, all the stuff the real violent stuff. Right now with bail reform, you just have the real bad ones. You have gun charges, and had even some specific gun charges, because some gun charges, the judges will let you go for bail reform. But typically violent stuff, robberies, drug dealing, murder, rape, more violent stuff is with the bail reform, where they'll keep people in there.
How did it affect you working in corrections?
I had a good relationship with the guy, so to me, it was relatively easy, because I was surprised that I'm getting paid to sit there and just chit chat with people, and that's all it was. I mean, like I said, my experience was different. I had a great rapport with the guys, so we had this thing in the academy that they would teach us called the minimum standard. So I would make sure that they got it. So if they were supposed to see the doctor, the therapist, get their visits, get their meals, whatever it is that they're supposed to get, I would advocate not to get more, just to get what they're supposed to get, the minimum standard. I did everything I could to ensure that minimum standard was met. And the guys respected me for that. I mean, I wasn't going to bring drugs or do other crazy stuff that they did ask me to do.
Which happens.
Oh, yeah. There was, my favorite one was they offered me, one thing about Rikers Island compared to a lot of other places, you're actually doing time with the inmates, meaning I'm in the cell area with them. I'm not watching on closed circuit TVs. I'm there with them, no different than I'm here with you. So at any given time, if they wanted to flip out, they could stomp me out and kill me. By the time I get the help, I'm done. That's just the reality of it. And so the best offer I had was, I'm there with the guys, and I had an officer on a bubble just overwatching me. She's very attractive. And these guys, you never know if the offer was legit or not, but they were trying to convince me that they would pay me $1,500 if I would have sex with her and they could watch. I'm like, what? You mean you guys are not asking me to bring in like cell phones, cigarettes, drugs, liquor, whatever else, porno magazines? They're like, yeah, please. Well, we'll call our people and we'll make sure that the money's in your bank. And I said, oh, I appreciate the offer. I guess I felt like a semi-porn star in a way, that someone actually is paying me to watch me do this. Oh, wow, it must be something.
It's got to be crazy to be in the facility with just all these cooped up violent men.
It is. You can feel the tension in the air, but it's just like anything else. You do the best you can with given the circumstances. Also, I think I had an advantage because I started at a later age. I started when I was 44. If I had taken this job when I was 25, 27, I wouldn't have been able to handle it as well. No way. But, the guys talking shit to me, saying, oh, you white devil, you white bitch, your wife cheats on you with black guys that look like me, or stuff like that. Whatever. That was not a trigger for me, so I'm able to just brush it off. But like I said, you said that to me when I was 27. We're fighting. Don't care. Cameras or no cameras.
What's the craziest thing you've seen while you were there?
The incident that I was involved in, that I got injured in, and that's why I'm here to talk about this case.
So you got fired?
I got terminated for my injuries.
Tell me what happened.
I was breaking up a inmate on inmate fight. It's really bizarre, but thank God everything's on camera. So I'm in litigation right now with the city over this and the department. So everything I say stands. They could only play games, wordplay with what's going on, because everything's on camera. I've been getting paid workers' comp for the last 2 years. They're not paying me for 2 years if my story doesn't add up. So I'm breaking up the fight. I'm doing everything. It's a very passionate fight. And most fights, you have one party that's the aggressor and the other one that really doesn't want to fight. In this one, they were head on. There was no stopping them. And what's even crazier is that there was an inmate on the bridge trying to be escorted to go see the doctors for something. So there was a captain and an officer right there. They saw what's going on and they panicked. They said, oh my God. They didn't want any part of this. So they literally put their arms on the jail bars like this and just watched the incident happen the whole time without helping me. Mark, do you know how long I was there for? This whole incident lasted? 32 minutes. I'm hitting the alarms for backup. That this is during COVID. This is April of 2021. So many people had COVID, so we were short-staffed. It's unimaginable to be out there for 32 minutes, breaking up a fight by yourself. At that point, I'm 46 years old. I'm a little overweight. I'm 240 pounds. At that, 242 if you want to be specific. And I'm not trained to go out and handle situations like this for 32.
There are weapons involved or no?
Believe it or not, no. No, not what. This is a strictly a one-on-one, knuckles, nobody got involved. Were there antagonists all around? Absolutely. Yes. Guys are out there cheering them on. I sprayed, there's a lot of stuff they teach you in the academy. One of the things is you're allowed to give 3 2-second bursts. So when you bring out the spray, number one, you have to put your hands out. If they see you spraying without saying, hey, stop, just in case you're deaf, that's a suspension. You get suspended for spraying without visibly putting, hey.
The pepper spray?
Correct. Yeah. We call it OC. So I did that. I OC'd them. My 3 2-second bursts. The place is all fucked. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can curse. This place is all messed up because of that.
You can swear.
One person got the quote unquote what the department calls the desired results, and the other person absolutely nothing. Completely, like nothing happened, like I am right now. Completely ate the whole spray, and that was a smaller one. It was a member of the LGBT community, and the other one was very anti-LGBT community, and they let each other know about each other's feelings of, I guess, their sexual natures, and it was very passionate. And the smaller one wanted to keep fighting, and like I said, this going on. And this is a great movie for the captain and the officer who was supposed to be doing something there to go help me, something to alleviate, de-escalate the situation. Not a damn thing. Again, that's on camera too.
So you were trying to break up the fight.
That's my job. That's what I'm there for. I can't.
You ended up getting hurt.
I was hurt pretty badly. And granted, as crazy as this sounds, their intention was not to hurt me. Nobody swung at me. Everything was just me pulling, pushing, staying in front of the other person, and some of them trying to, not some, one of them trying to, almost like a running back when he breaks the line, trying to get that 1 yard, just trot right through me because they really wanted to kill each other. They legitimately both wanted to. And there was even a part there where I had separated them. One of them was catching their breath. I'm like, okay, fine. This is sort of like cheating. I'm catching my breath too. And there's a door in the middle of the housing area which no one ever opens or closes, which caused an injury for me because I didn't know that there was a chain as thick as my forearm that keeps the door open. I had no idea. So my thing was, okay, no one's coming to help. I have no idea how long this incident's been going on. I'm hitting the button for like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck's going on here? Where's the help? I'm here by myself. I'm out of breath. And you see me actually on camera trying to Spider-Man the wall, trying to pry open or try to close it. I thought there was some mechanism that jammed up the door at the top. That's why you see me 240 pounds Spider-Manning against the jail door. And that's also part of the injuries that happened. Come to find out later on, I look at the bottom, the chain was at the bottom of the thing, so this way the inmates can't open and close it all day long. No one ever opens or closes that freaking door. And eventually I did get help, and I'll tell you, Mark, on how you could tell that I had a good rapport. This was a PC unit. Do you know what PC is?
Yeah.
All right. So nothing but
protective custody.
Protective custody. So everybody in there is some kind of sex crime allegation or a snitch. They're just waiting for their trial to snitch on
so
whatever.
So it protects them from other inmates.
So it's a very hostile, intense unit in that sense. And once, I don't want to mention the guy's name because I know he's got his issues, but finally one guy came. You're supposed to get a unit of 6 to 8. One guy came. Now this guy's built like a linebacker. He's a monster. You want him on your dark alley team. You know what I'm saying? And once he came in, I looked at him, I was like, oh, thank God, it's this guy. and everything came calm. I'm against the wall, leaning like this, catching my breath. I'm injured. I'm out of breath. I'm stressed out. I didn't even know this happened because, you black out. You don't remember all these details. This is a very, very intense situation. One of these guys was there for murder. The other one was in there for triple murder. These are not, your average everyday Joes that work at the cashier at Walmart. These are not, it's just, this is not the place for you then. And you see the inmates, again, I'm emphasizing inmates console me. I'm against the wall, hand over my eyes, catching my breath. I am just out of it. Come to find out later when they take me to the clinic that the doctor said that I was borderline getting a heart attack because of all the stress. 32 minutes by yourself. The inmates wrap their arms around me. My captain is walking in there now because she saw this other guy come in. She's like, okay, now it was a female. And now she felt more comfortable. And inmates around, they say, what the fuck are you doing, you dumb bitch? Don't you see Officer Goychai needs medical? Call for a medical emergency. The inmates, are taking control of the situation. Captain says, get out of here. Just go to the clinic yourself. So I limped there by myself, and some of them saw me there later. And it was really odd because people who didn't know the situation, now I'm at the doctor's office with other officers, getting me checked out. And you see other inmates coming out of their way to come and check up on me. That says a lot about the kind of rapport and relationship and how I treated people there. I was made for this job.
And they fired you after this?
Not there. So the way the process works is that happened April 27th, 2021. They kept me home for a month with pay to recover. But that's when I'm getting MRIs and stuff and physical therapy, trying to heal. They bring me back as, it's called MM3. It's a medically monitored unit. Now there's 3 different levels. There's an MM1, MM2, and MM3. MM3 would be the highest level with the highest grade of injury. They bring me back. I get MRIs on the 4 body parts. It turns out I needed surgery because of this for a torn meniscus on my left knee. I've had right elbow surgery for a tear here, rotator cuff on my right elbow, rotator cuff surgery on my right shoulder, and lower back surgery, all because of that incident. So they keep me on light duty, if you want to call it that. They make the accommodation for me. And I forget the amount of months. I think it was about 16 or 17 months later, I was totally let go.
Wow. How did it make you feel?
Outraged and depressed. It's insane what's going on. Now, to get into more specifics, and Mark, the thing that keeps me waiting, that brings me any kind of joy in my life at this point while I'm going through this hell of litigation with the city, is I can't wait till some the department official has to take a stand under oath in front of a jury and explain their actions. That brings me joy. I'm sure you can see the glee in my eyes right now, savagely just waiting for them to take the stand. And
having the videotape helps you a lot, right?
Well, at this point, it's not a question of where or how I got hurt. We're past that because I had to establish that as well in order to get the workers' comp. Because the department was alleging that I came in injured. I walked in injured. So I'm like, wait a second. So you mean to tell me I could do all this, walk perfectly fine and normal, pry inmates apart with all these injuries? Is that your stance? They actually went to court and said that. And then they asked for a delay to bring in a witness. I was the only one there. There's no witness. A witness would be a person who directly saw something or heard something with their own ears or eyes. And my attorney's like, hey, what the hell's going on? This is really strange. I said, I told them, listen, there was no witness. They said, are you sure? I said, the only witnesses would be inmates. There's no officer,
I thought
warden.
there were 2 guys watching you.
Excuse me?
I thought there were 2 other guards watching you.
Right, but what are they going to say? That this incident didn't happen? When if they bring a witness, they're only going to verify what happened on camera. They can't verify something that didn't happen there. You know what I'm saying? So my lawyer, they tried really hard to discredit anything I said. Naturally, because there's a lot of liability there. Because why did I not have help?
How were the 2 inmates that got in the fight?
How were
did they have injuries?
I couldn't even tell you. I've never saw them again because, like I said, at that point, I was taken to the hospital.
It sounds like they're beating the shit out of each other.
If I wasn't there, one of them was going to get killed. The bigger one would start to overpower, just started pummeling away. But I got the quote-unquote desired effect. And that's the one that didn't give me any problems once he got sprayed. It's the other one that was gave tremendous, the one that did not get the desired effect from that. That's the one where all the issues came from. And so I'm here to tell everybody about what's going on here. There's a lot of rules there that they violate in terms of New York City Corrections, New York City Fire Department, New York City Police Department. With this stuff, it's absolute discrimination against people that get hurt on the job. Most people are not, very few people are aware of their rights with this. There's people say, "Oh, I know my rights. I know my rights." Wait until you read the fine print on this and you speak to an attorney. Then you tell me how much you think you know. You don't. There's a reason why these lawyers make all this money. It's because we don't know. You want to keep people misinformed? Put it in a book. Those laws are in the book. But what happens is we all feel so comfortable. Hey, Mark said this. Mike said that. Oh, so it has to be true. No, it does not have to be true because Mark and John and all these people you just named are not attorneys. And I'm not saying I am, but I'm slowly learning as I'm going through this process. And so what they can't do is, in my particular case, it's a violation called cooperative dialogue. What happens is if you get an on-the-job injury, and it's a human rights violation actually, and that's why I know I'm going to win. I'm doing this with the specific purpose of going out there and letting other people know you have rights that they violate, and they knowingly violate this. But they just say to themselves, "Oh, we'll just drag it out in court for so long that you're going to get frustrated to the point that you're not going to do it." And I can see how their theory works. I'm frustrated, but I'm a fighter. If they want to stop me, they got to kill me. They literally have to kill me. Even if they find bullshit charges to lock me up for life, I'll fight from the jail cell. You have to kill me in order to stop me from this, because this is absolute. If I have to martyr myself for this, then it is what it is. So what they cannot do is this. They can't accommodate. They say, "Okay, Nick, you got hurt on the job. You have an injury. We'll accommodate you by giving you a light duty position." They gave me a position at this unit called CARE, and at CARE, I was sort of like the receptionist. When you came into the front, "Oh, sure, come in, sign this book right here. You need to see the psychologist." It was a psych unit. So for people that don't have someone to talk to, or, that they cry in the parking lot instead of driving home, whatever it is, they drink themselves to sleep, whatever it is. So, "Oh, you need to see Dr. So-and-so, whatever." "Okay, sure, have a seat, let me call." And so they were accommodating me for that. What they cannot do is accommodate you and then take that accommodation and give it to somebody who's full duty. So it becomes all technicalities on the statuses.
So you had that for a while? You had
I was there, I was accommodated basically the whole time, except for 1 month. So the incident happened April 27th. I was out from, I don't remember the exact dates, but make it 5 to 6 weeks right there. And then they accommodated me by bringing me in to come in as light duty. That's where the cooperative dialogue comes into play. You can't give me a position there. Now this place is full of nepotism. Nepotism goes on at every single job. It's not corrections didn't make it or NYPD didn't make it. It goes on everywhere. It's human nature to say, "Oh, Mark, you're my friend. Okay, listen, you're gonna get a bigger piece or a better piece of the pie or the juiciest part of the steak than the next guy." It's human nature. But and I get it. I can see how people's rights get violated in that sense. But I'm not taking what this and just walking away, because what the status is at that point I was light duty, so it's called quote unquote no inmate contact. So they had to find like a clerical job, an office job for me. But like I said, with the nepotism thing, those people who are not injured tend to get those jobs.
Would you be happy doing one of those softer jobs?
Until I potentially heal. That's what they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're in litigation for. And my lawyer, who's representing me on this discrimination lawsuit, Mark, I loved him the second I saw him. I literally. You ever watch the show Suits?
Yeah.
Well, it's about these two handsome young attorneys who always find ways to. They're absolute sharks, both of them. You hire them to represent you. I believe it's a movie, but it's a show. But they will find a way. So to me, the second I saw this guy, his swagger, his hunger, his venom, everything about him. He sat me down, interviewed me for 20 minutes about the exact details. He says, Nick, are you sure this is what happened? You could verify and vouch for everything. His name is John. I said, John, everything I'm telling you, hand on a stack of Bibles, I'm telling you is exactly what happened. There's no BS. I'm not going to go out there, go on the oath and lie. And he says, this clear discrimination. Let me represent you. And at that point, I actually told him in a non-romantic way, I said, as far as I'm concerned, we're married. I love you. Whatever you say goes. And we're in this together. And it's.
But what are you hoping for? Just a financial settlement?
Well, that part's guaranteed. I'm going to get that. What I want is my job back with back pay and 40 hours a month of overtime of what I would have made had I.
You want the job back?
Yes. A part of me died that day that this happened because I had totally envisioned staying there for 22 years and retiring at 66 years old. That was my plan when I came here. I wanted to be an officer. I wanted to get promoted. You know, these are things that I wanted. I came into this job to get a pension. I didn't come here to get fucked over because I got injured doing my job, because due to their negligence. They're the ones who had the staffing issue. All I could do is go out there. You say, Nick, this is your job right here. I'm doing the job to the best of my abilities, the way you guys trained me. And I get fired for that? No. I'm not going away that easy. No. So what do I want? I want everything in back pay with that. And also, I want to change some of these stipulations in these, the way, specifically the New York City Fire Department, New York City Police Department, and New York City Corrections Department operate, because they're all like sister agencies. So they operate all very similarly. And there's no way that this could keep going on. It's a human rights violation. I mean, we are in America, and you fire people for getting injured on the job, and it's on camera that it happened there. And all the unethical behavior by them during this process. Mark, do you believe, and I have the paperwork to prove it to you, that when my attorneys asked for some paperwork on this, they said that they had no documentation about an incident ever happening with my name on April 27th of 2021. They put that on the paper. Shows you how honest they are, right? All I have to do is run my name. It shows up. There's a form in the department. It's called a 22AR. I don't know what the AR stands for, but the 22AR is almost like a fingerprint report or a credit score. It tells you everything that to do with my name, whether incidents is good or bad, attendance, is on that 22AR. So my attorneys had asked for the 22AR. There's nothing there. There is nothing on my 22AR that would warrant terminating me. Now, to dig even deeper into this, they fired me because they said I was on probation. And their stance is, you have no rights. We could do whatever we want to. We don't need a reason to fire you. Well, me and my attorneys feel, I have 3 attorneys, by the way, representing me on this thing. On all this chaos. Feel, no, yes, you do need a reason to fire someone. You can't just say, oh, you know what, today's such and such a date. I feel like firing you. So because you have no rights. So fuck off. You're out the job. Go collect unemployment, go collect cans. No. That 22AR that's on their file is my proof. That's beneficial to me. So here's another caveat to this thing. You're on probation for 2 years on the job. Most jobs have 90-day probationary periods. Here, we're 2-year probations. Now, tell you another caveat to this, because it gets trickier the more you talk into it. It's not 2 years of probation. Let's say you start on January 1st, so you were 2 years from now. No. It's 2 years worked. So if you happen to take a 2-week vacation, you have to make up those days. So it's 2 years plus those 2 weeks. In the course of you might call in, let's say 5 times a year, let's just say hypothetically, for car trouble or being sick. Now it's 2 years plus those 2 weeks vacation, plus those 5 days. Now, if you happen to call in, come in late or leave early, those days don't count as days towards probation. So you have to make those days up as well. So they had to, it's really rigged to make it hard. So their stance is, well, we fired you because you're on probation. Well, I did nothing wrong. So you have to have something that I did wrong to fire me. So you can fire me then just for no reason. Literally no reason. Think about it. In America, to fire someone, no reason. Mark, again, I cannot wait to whoever they put on the stand there to represent either the city or the Department of Corrections, to go out there in front of a jury with their career on the line, to perjure themselves, to answer that question honestly. I cannot wait. I salivate at that moment. I cannot wait. That's why I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. And your question before, what are you going to, what do I want? I want every single day, day for day. So if I was supposed to work January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I want those days with 2 hours overtime for every single day. If not, I'll see you on at trial. Explain yourself to a jury. All right. I'll play the waiting game with them.
You seem to have a solid case.
Solid is an understatement. Solid is an understatement, Mark. I'm going to win 100%. Unless I happen to die before then. That's the only... That's
just watch your head.
Huh?
Watch your head in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, no, these people are not going to... They're just going to say, oh, he has a point. He's right. We do this to so many people. This one just happened to beat us, but we'll still beat the 99% others that do this. And just to show you how rampant this goes on, you believe I brought on 6 other people who were similar circumstances as me to my attorney? 6 others. Just do the math. There's about 8,000 officers at that time, roughly, give or take. So if I'm able to just randomly find 6 people that will let go for medical reasons, how many more are out there? Just do the math. That I'm not fishing for these people. I just happen to know them. I don't know 8,000 people in the department. It sounds like they do one a day, if you ask me. I mean, what do I have to do to go out there and prove the point? Do I have to go out there and hang out in front of HMD? HMD is the Health Management Division of the department. So whenever you're injured like I was, you have to go see the doctors once a month to verify, to keep your status. So that's where all the injured officers go, whether on duty or whether you have to show up every single month, regardless of what.
Lots of luck with your case. Sounds like you're in good shape.
Mark, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And for the people who might have questions about this, if you could DM me on my Instagram page or Facebook. It's Nick Gojcaj, Gojcaj. DM me. Maybe we could talk about stuff here because understand something. The department does this a lot.